And Seiya time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the St. Cloth Myth Pegasus in the Revival version. Revival just means it's a re-release. I mean, these ones have been popping up left and right pretty randomly. I remember buying Phoenix a long time ago, like, I don't know, 1 or 2 years even already. And Pegasus just kind of showed up, and I still kind of want to, get the originals, the first ones. This is also version 1 of his outfit, of his armor. So, let's have a look at it. So I want to have a quick look at the basic figure before I slap on the armor goodness. Obviously, this is not how you're going to display him because he looks scrawny, he looks weird. They didn't put any detail on the figure itself. They didn't put any clothes on him other than pure red. But of course, you want to put the armor on. That's the point of the figure. But still, basic figure. Have a look at the size. Stands at about 15.5 centimeters to the top of his head, which means we're going up to 6 inches. Pretty much 6 inches to the top of his frizzy hair. Face sculpt looks very nice. You got the really anime accurate eyes. If they would focus on the figure, thank you very much, camera. Really got the old school anime style with the eyes, a lot more rounded and a lot more detail in it. Well, a lot more like this white reflection. You had a lot of that not recently, back in the day. Have a lot of detail in the hair, and that's really basically it for the main figure. You have die-cast feet, which help with stability. But let's put the armor on this guy. Actually, cancel that. I want to have a look at the articulation first. Why? Because I can. Actually, the head is kind of limited, goes back and forth, does tilt side to side. It's pretty light on there, goes all the way around. You have some neck articulation, but not the greatest. What is the greatest though is the shoulder, however. You have this hinge which goes, has a great range, and then you have a long peg in there which is covered up. Can rotate that all the way around, can bring it forward, back, and side to side. It's pretty nice. Then you have the double hinged elbow. This is like an old school SH figure arts hinge, which doesn't go all the way up on this side, but it's still good. Then we have the big ball hinge in the hand, goes back, forward, all the way around. Also the chest area. It doesn't look like much, but damn, he does bend pretty nicely and has some good rotation side to side and goes all the way around unhindered. Right now, of course, we still have to look at the armor. Then the hip part has some wiggle motion, goes around, but I don't think it can swivel unless mine's blocked. But I don't want to force it, and I don't just want to break them off. Then for the legs, have a hinge that goes to the side. Very nice forward movement, but not so much in the back with the butt. Then the double hinged knees, that's standard stuff. And the foot, you can swivel that around because it's just connected over here with a very long peg. Holy crap. And you got the hinge, goes back and forth. And you have another hinge. Also, what I forgot to mention, he does have a toe hinge. There it is. And here it is, the complete Pegasus. I'm just putting on the spinny thing for a second, just to show you overall all the shiny goodness in this figure. And yes, he does look pretty accurate, although the one thing is where I'm wondering, he's a little bit slim, a little bit narrow on the waist. Although the complete characters, all the characters of Saint Seiya, kind of were a little bit more scrawny, a little bit more slim. I don't want to say scrawny because they still have big muscles. Now, overall look and detail of the figure, I really love the helmet. You got the red and the gold in there, paired with the silver. Some small detail lines, and do I have damage over there? That is not cool. All right, so we have that. It's nice and reflecting. Also, die cast metal shoulder pads. I think the entire part that goes around the chest, not the block on the back that is for the wings. I have trouble taking it off again because you just slide it on, put the wings in there. We'll do that in a second, but I want to have a look at the main figure right now. And then you also have die cast in the belt itself. These panels that go up don't have any of that. And let's see, the arm pads don't, they're also plastic. Well, everything on the legs, well, no, the knee pads. I think the knee pads are also die cast metal. Thigh pads, die cast metal, and whatever is on the shins is die cast. And as I said, the feet. Now back to the overall look and detail, put a different face on. You do have the hair, which you have different hair pieces, obviously, because the big puffy hair from before doesn't fit under that helmet. You got the nice red lines on the shoulder pads and everything that connects in the back. Looks kind of weird with the big hinges, but it like the one thing I really like about this one, he does hold together fairly nicely. That has been a feature, a problem I had with Saint Seiya figures, but those were older ones. I had the one from Omega, which nobody likes apparently. I don't hate Omega, just for the record. Yeah, Pegasus Koga, he fell apart. I had a lot more success with Phoenix as well. The re-release of Phoenix was also pretty good. And the Athena, the Gold Athena I reviewed a long time ago, also was a nightmare to assemble. This guy, however, it fits. It works. You got the nice gold logo in the belt, and you have these panel lines, which you can also lift up for your articulation, which I have a revised articulation look in a second. You got some more detail in the shin pads and the gold wings on his ankles, and then back to the boots, which he had the entire time. Now, revised version, basically the articulation isn't really hindered. I thought, like I was saying before, that stuff would fall apart upon moving this guy around, but it doesn't. It's really nice and stiff on there. You can lift up the shoulder pad so that doesn't get into the way. You don't really have any trouble here, and as I mentioned, you have these panels, which you can flip up, so you still get your leg movement as much as you want to. Goes out to the side, and is this? No. I thought it disconnected, but it doesn't. It actually, like I'm saying, stays in line very nicely, and I'm very happy with that. Nothing also hindering the entire torso motion. So yeah, it's good. I don't have any complaint about the look or the articulation. And here's a quick look at what I would call accessories, but it's not really accessories, because first and foremost, well, it kind of is though. First and foremost, here's the entire skeleton of the Pegasus. I say skeleton because you have various parts of the armor that you slide over there and just display it without Seiya himself. Then you got two more face sculpts where you have the yelling face and the face I have on him right now. Gritting teeth, kind of angry face sculpt. All look pretty good. Then you have the wings, which you can connect to the backpack. I will do that, and the backpack, you can take it off, but it just... It was weird. I was like, "Wait, this just kind of slides on. That will never hold." And now I got it on, and I can't get it off anymore. You just slide it on there, and it just fuses with it, never to let go again. And there's the rest of the hair sculpts, and then clawing hands and also fist hands for your armored version, as previously mentioned, previously shown. The regular version only has fist hands. You don't have anything other to display your Seiya without the armor, unless you just use these hands. But yeah, that's about it for accessories. And here we have the armor without the man. It's a Pegasus. Looks pretty accurate from what I can remember from the show and the animes and the mangas and all the different Saint Seiya versions. It's nice and shiny, has some articulation. Actually, wow, it's just like the light radiating off of it is pretty insane. So you got the red eyes, got the helmet, and assembly is fairly easy, and I say that because it still took me a while, but I'm an idiot who's very bad at assembling stuff, very bad at building stuff. Don't ever ask me to do like Gundam model kits or whatever. I would kill myself. So you got all the armor pieces that we've seen before. As far as that goes, there's really not much more. You have some articulation in the wings, can bring that up and down. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. And it also can be quite flimsy at times. Now, anyway, you got the head. I'm gonna try my best here. Have some rotation on it. If you just really want to play around with it, the legs go on a swivel. It's actually just swivels. That's really the only articulation you get. Here you have also the feet. All is pretty stiff. And it's not really supposed to move it around. I'm just showing you that in case. Also, same here with the feet. You can also take this apart, so there's swivels in there, but I'm not gonna do that because I know this stuff just gonna fall off. But you have some posing ability with your Pegasus armor, and it does stand very nicely once you get it into a correct pose. And that's really it. I mean, I don't, like, on one hand, like, of course you gotta do this, but how are you gonna display it? You're just gonna have this naked guy stand over here with the Pegasus in the back? That's, I have him ride it. Have him ride it. Have him ride it! I wanna have a look at it. My Little Pony, My Little Pony. I'm sorry if I, hardcore fanboys, I'm just making a joke, okay, there you go. Great display, no, seriously. Pretty sure somebody's gonna get mad at the My Little Pony comment, but it's a joke. If you can't take a joke, then I can't help you. Anyway, so now I got the wings on for the complete final look. Also putting him into pose. The legs are a tiny bit wobbly. I think he's being dragged down by all the die-cast metal, as I mentioned. Pretty much all these pieces are die-cast metal, so yeah. Also, as far as the wings goes, they are just kind of packed in. They have the hinges. I mean, you saw it in the Pegasus form. You have this entire hinge, so you can bring it down and you can rotate it as much as you like to put it into some more dynamic poses, which I probably won't do because I'm thinking I'm taking the wings off. Also, there's also lots of fingerprints already on there. Maybe use some latex glove when handling this guy to not leave any fingerprints. I mean, Corona is still a thing, right? So, handle your figures with gloves, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, final thoughts of this figure. I love it. It looks amazing. It does hold together very, very nicely. I don't have a lot of St. Cloud Myth figures, but the ones I do have, it's been, like I mentioned before, Pegasus, Koga, and Athena have been a nightmare to put together, just stuff just shifting around and whatnot. And with the re-released Pegasus and the re-released Phoenix, I've been very happy. It's been very nice to put them together. It's been very easy, and they've been staying together ever since. As such, yes, I do 100% recommend this guy because it looks awesome. It's a nice throwback to Saint Seiya. I love the show as a kid, as an adult. Nah, it's still fun. It's mostly nostalgia. That's why I'm not 100% in. And I might get some more in the future. I might not. I don't know. We'll see about that. As for now, this guy's pretty good. So I'm happy with it. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Pegasus wants. Like, really nothing. Like, get all these fingerprints off my armor. That'd be nice, but yeah.